Will you give us your full name and age just on camera, just for the details?
Okay, it's Rehanna Sultan and I'm 33.
Thank you. And can I ask when and where you were born?
I was born in Sunderland, UK.
Thank you. Were your parents born here?
And no,
Can I ask where your parents were born?
they were born in Bangladesh,
Which area in Bangladesh?
in Sayyidpur, Sylhet. Sayyidpur / Sylhet, somewhere, yeah.
And have you got any information or knowledge of when they came to the UK and why they came?
Well, I do remember my dad saying that he was initially in the UK because his dad was here and he was working here, yeah. And my mum came after she got married to my dad, and she came just before, no, just after, yeah, just before I was born. So my older sister, she's 38, and when my mum came, she came with my sister, and she was around about 2 then.
So your granddad was the first person to come to the UK?
Yes, in the family, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And I've got 2 uncles, so they were here as well. My older uncle was here, and the younger one, yeah, he studied in Bangladesh, and then he was here as well. I think it was my dad and my uncle first, and then the younger one came.
you got any idea what they did when they came?
You know what? I'm not sure. I think it was. I'm not really unsure about my granddad, and my dad. I think it was in the 70s. He was born in the 60s, but he came in the 70s. But I don't think he went to school here.
No. So, just to kind of help us with the project, you were born in the UK, so but you've spent time in Bangladesh.
Yes.
And you go back to Bangladesh sometimes?
I think we did go when we were younger. Used to go a lot. There was a time, I remember, we were there for 1 year. We even attended a school there. But then last time I went, it's been 10 years now.
Can you give us a little bit detail about Select or Sidepole and what your memories, if you were there for a year, what your memories are?
Yeah.
Just give us a description of the place.
Well, we stayed both. Well, we've got a bungalow, a house in Sylhet, where we stayed most of the time. But we've got a house in the village as well. But we stayed most of the time in Sylhet. So even though I do remember the village, I do kind of remember the Sylhet more. And I remember when we went there and thinking that the house is so big, it's so massive. Because, you know, here it's like you live in either like a semi-detached or a terraced house, and it's quite confined, isn't it? But over there it was like the whole house, the layout was first of all, it was really big. Secondly, like everything was really open, and the garden was absolutely massive. But I do remember it was like the toilets weren't like this country, so that was the downfall. And it was really hot. It was, well, even now it's really hot. And we had a room where there was an AC in there, so most of us used to be in that room. And even though there was like quite a few bedrooms, I remember there was like this one bedroom that was quite big, and there's like a couple of like big beds. And as a family, we used to, as all of our siblings, we used to live in that room. And you would have to lock everything because over there, there's this thing about stuff getting stolen. So that was a new thing. And having servants as well, that was a new thing, where you could, you know, just tell them and they'll just make you anything you want, and you wouldn't have to do anything for yourself. And here, obviously, you do things for yourself. And I think when we were there younger, I think I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now. like, you know, the lifestyles, yeah. But another thing was over there, like you couldn't go out on your own as well. You weren't as independent as here. When we first went and stayed for a year, I remember all the good memories with the parents, the dad, my dad being around. Usually he's a workaholic really in this country, and over there he would, you know, get all these different things and get us to try them, and and go out to places. Yeah, it was a nice family time. And then we got enrolled into this British Bangladeshi school, it was called. And I remember trying to, I learned to write a letter, and then after I came here, I forgot. I learned to write a letter, and I learned the Bengali alphabets, and not even now, I think I can write a few things, but I can't remember I wouldn't be able to tell you the whole alphabets, but if I had to write my name, I can, or a few things I could. And the proper Bengali language, yeah, I couldn't really get the hang of that, really. What else? At that time, I think, was it that time? Well, at one time, no, when we went back another time, my sister got married there. Yeah, so we even had a wedding over there.
And what's that like, a wedding in Bangladesh? A
wedding in Bangladesh, again. Everything somebody else does it for you, you just pay the cash out. And everything was really because my little sister got married here and I got married here, and when you compare it over there, it was like a lot more extravagant. Like there was like lights everywhere, there was like so many cars and this, that.
Does it go on for a long time?
It does, because I'm trying to recall here. I remember going to their house and having everything's a lot more grand, and it's so easily available, and there was so many guests and so many family members you didn't know really. You got to know them, and opposite our house there was another house, and they had a little pond. We used to go to that pond, and never learned swimming but we did go there. And I remember over there the markets as well, they used to, especially Ramadan time, they used to be open all night. They used to be open all night, but the only downside I would say is you wouldn't feel as safe over there than in this country when you were out and about. And there was a few times me and my cousin would go here and there to these places, but I remember you would always go with somebody. The rickshaw was a nice drive. I remember that. Actually, and last time I went again, it was for a wedding. And at that time it was my best friend / cousin's wedding. And I think over there, parents used to get a lot more relaxed as well. They would let you do anything you want. Even my uncle used to be really strict in this country, but over there, he would be really open, and you would think, oh, what's wrong with him? How comes he's been so friendly? But all of them would be so relaxed, and they'd let you do whatever you want.
I wonder why that is, do you think?
I don't know. Even here, I think things have changed over the years, but I think it's kind of that. I feel here there used to be a thing where you've got there's other people and they would be in your business. And I think trying to sometimes please other people, but over time that's faded. And I think over there they kind of, maybe because they're on holiday, they feel they don't have any pressure of anything. Everyone's their own. So they would be a lot more happy, relaxed. I remember. And the weddings are a lot more better. Maybe because of the weather as well. It's a lot nicer.
Is that being connected to Sylhet and Saipan and Bangladesh important for you as a British?
Personally, before I think I did go because my parents went and it was nice to go with them. Now I feel like that's why I don't feel it's as important, and that's why it's been that many years that I haven't been, and I've got married now. My father-in-law really wants to take us, and we just feel like we're so busy we just don't get the time, or if we did, I feel like I don't have many like close relatives there, so if I had to choose I'll just go to a different country. But I do want to go again, and I feel like it's probably because that connection's not there anymore. So if the whole family went, I think I'd love to go, but not on my own. I don't think I'd really want to go again.
What you could, I know you're only a child, but I'm just wondering the contrast between, because Sylhet and when you visited Saipan, what was the striking differences between those areas?
I do, when I went to Saidipur, I think that was a lot more like, there's a lot more greenery, and I remember like kind of like that fresh breeze. Houses are a lot more smaller, people are a lot more connected because you can see everybody. The electricity used to go a lot more. But there was like the together space, and because it was quite a number of years ago, there wasn't a lot of like traveling traveling, like easy access to traveling like it is now, that people say. And I think we went somewhere, I can't remember now, and we walked a lot. We were walking and walking and walking, going over these bridges, the scary ones, but yeah, it was fun. But I think the difference I can see is the size of it, and secondly, like the togetherness. Because in Sylhet, it's like a bit like this country where, you know, you've got your own space and confined space, and over there it's a lot more open. Yeah.
Just, are you bilingual?
Yes.
Yeah. So just, was education for your family, to educate you an important priority?
Yes, and I think going to school was, it was helpful because we were there for a year and they didn't want us to miss out on education. And it was like an English medium school, so along with like learning the English, there was like the Bengali side as well. And I think it was nice to learn the Bengali side, but after we came here, it wasn't that easily available to learn Bengali again, so we kind of lost it. The language is there, and I feel like because our parents were actually from Bangladesh, I feel like that's why we had the opportunity to learn that language. Because now I feel like with my kids, they don't know as much Bengali, because we speak a lot of English, and I wished when they're, well, even now I say I'll speak to them in Bengali, but you just end up speaking to them in English, and they don't know as much. They don't communicate as much with their grandparents, and I think it's nice to learn two languages, but I think they've missed out. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, in the Bangladesh community here, because you're an active participant in the community, and how you find that experience now as a grown woman, and maybe what's changed, and is there any changes that for you in the last few years that are important for you as a woman growing up in the UK as a Muslim woman, independent woman as well?
I think definitely over the years, I think people are more accepting and there's a lot more integration, and I think I feel like in the sense that like people aren't as interested in what others think. They're kind of going on with their own life and thinking about their own families, and there's not that thing of what will that person think of you and what will that other person think of you. I think before, well, when I was a bit younger, there was like it was more of a close knit community, and now everyone's grown up, everyone's got their own kids and the next generation, and I think people are a bit more like open minded, and you feel a bit you feel a bit more open in yourself as a woman as well. I feel less restricted within the community. I feel you can, you know, do what you want, and practice your religion as well. Yeah, I think which is important. I think before culture played a lot than religion, and I think there's been that education as well, the difference between culture and religion. So I think which is really important as well. Yeah. But, about 12, 13. That's why it's like, and then before that we went again, and that's really vague. And last time when I went, it was like, oh, how many years ago? 12 years ago, so that's a little bit more. Yeah.
That was interested in was if you took us through a typical day from breakfast to evening time.
Yeah.
What meals would you have? What would you be eating?
Mum?
What would you be eating? Yeah.
Your mum's, would she be like at the hub of that? I mean, you must have been quite comfortable for you.
Yeah.
So, and like you say, your dad was much more relaxed.
Yeah. Because like that's it. Because I think it is. I think it is the reason could be because they had no other pressure. They actually went as for a holiday. You get it in their holiday home without no work, nothing.
And your mum would be responsible for. Although did she cook or did?
Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, there'd be helpers, but she would be the main person, I think. Yeah.
So would the meals in Bangladesh be different to the meals in Sunderland?
There would be a difference in the sense that it would be more fresher over there, but things did taste a bit different over there, even though it might be the same thing. Like bread would be sweetened over there, and the chicken was like different. You wouldn't like it, so you would have other things. And yeah, it was like because they'll like fish and stuff, they'll catch it now and bring it. If you that's why I think because you wouldn't be used to it, it would taste a bit different.
And did you learn to cook?
No.
From your mum?
Well, my mum, because I was studying, but I don't remember them too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back online.
So I'll just ask that again. So how big was your family?
Well, there's 5 siblings, 3 sisters and 2 brothers.
And where are you in that? You're
The second one.
Yeah. And you all went back for a year?
Yes. Well, at the time when we went for a year, I'm trying to remember, did we have my little sister then? We did, yes. But the time before we went, I can't remember a lot, but my little sister wasn't here then. But that time she was, and then this last time, actually that was the previous time when we went for a year. The last time we went, it was just me and my mum. We didn't go as a family.
And when you went back, did you go shopping with your mum and your sister?
Yes.
Would you bring things back? Did you look for things that you couldn't get here, or?
Oh,
was
yes.
That kind of experience?
Because over there then, a lot of the things wasn't available in this country like it is now. It wasn't easily available, and it was a lot cheaper as well. So I remember we did actually do a lot of shopping. I think the most of the shopping we did was when me and my mum went in 2006. And that time I remember the shopping because I got absolutely lots and lots of things.
What kind of things?
I bought saris. We bought things for the wedding like lehengas, like you know, the big skirt and that sort of things, and loads of a lot of material that we got sewn there because there was hardly any tailors around here, and the tailors that were available in like the city centre, that used to be very expensive as well. And they didn't really have the experience of making an Asian outfit, and you know, over there was perfect. So I got a lot of Asian suits made. But then as soon as we got back here, it seemed like it was nice for over there. It wasn't really as nice for this country because there's it was, but then I felt like there were a lot really colourful, and because it's a hot country, then everyone's wearing it. It was fine, but for here, it seemed like it was a bit too colourful, and so at that point, I kind of realised, oh, okay, I think I got a bit too much here, but it got utilised. We did go to, because we used to go out a lot then compared to now, and now, to be honest, I think I'm more connected to religion, so I do wear a lot more like the long dresses, and I'm into the phase where I wear like the religious style clothes and the Asian outfits. I would, when I go to visit somebody or weddings and stuff, but I still have my the long jacket on top, so I don't need as much nowadays like I did before.
Is there a reason why it's just through age or connection, a greater connection with your faith?
Yes, I think with age, I think I got like more connected with faith, and the person I got married to, he was an imam as well. I think through that I learned a lot more of religion, and yeah, I think through practice, yeah.
I think that's important to you.
Yes, oh definitely, yeah. And I think it definitely came within myself, and it wasn't like it was something I had to follow or like imposed upon me. I think with time and doing reading myself and looking into more religion, I think yeah, that was the right thing for me.
It must have been part of your childhood though.
Oh yes, definitely. It was always a part of my childhood. Religion was a big thing. But you know, when you grow up as a child and when you're a teenager, you know that God's there. You do pray, but that spirituality was lacking. I think that was the only thing. And you know, when you're not ready to, there comes a time when you're ready to wear a headscarf and to actually do the outer side. And I think it was in my 20s, this is when it actually came, yeah.
Can I ask, does the whole family go to the mosque, or is it just the men, or does the wife and the children go as well?
The general rule is the women can go to the mosque as well as the men, but it depends on the facilities that's available. Whereas in Sunderland, then there wasn't much facilities for women, it was only for men. And now as well, there's like study circles for ladies, but there's not a prayer area for ladies. So when we do go to like Saudi Arabia, to Mecca, you're absolutely free. You go whenever you want to pray. Whenever with the men, you have your like women have their section, men have their section, but you're free to go whenever you want. And here as well, during Ramadan, you do go to the university mosque. Actually, even now, the facilities are available for ladies at the university mosque. So women they can go like men. It's just depends on the facilities, really.
Is there a mosque at the university?
Oh yes. We go to the Eid prayers at the university mosque, and during Ramadan as well, the night prayers. But usually on a day-to-day basis, it's just quite difficult as a woman with kids to go every 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So I prefer to read it at home.
Yeah.
I think for a lady, it's better to read that you read at home than go to the mosque. But it's end of the day, it's your choice which one you want to follow.
And is that important for your children? Do you?
Yes, my son he goes to Islamic classes where tuition. He's learning the alphabets, and so he goes 4 days a week on an evening, and that's an important part of of the life. Yeah, it's like everyday thing really, which is incorporated within.
Did your grandparents, your uncles, or your family members, did any of them tell you any stories of experiences that happened to them when they were in Bangladesh?
You know what? There's been so many stories like that, but I can't remember. Because my mum's grandmother, she's still alive. She's full of stories. We'll sit together and she'll tell us so many stories. Even my mother-in-law as well. She'll tell me. Actually, she's told us stories in Bangladesh where they used to live in Saidipur, and even how her mum used to play outside, and stuff like that. But it's very vague now. I can't remember a proper story to tell you.